Welcome to Christmas crafting season. This video is part of the 5 Under 5 DIY challenge, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that after the first project. So before I prepare the wood for some of these projects, I just wanted to show you that a lot of what I do when I craft is in Grace's memory. She made this cool wood Christmas tree, and I have no idea how it was made, and maybe one day I'll be able to duplicate it, but today's not that day. So I'm just going to cut up some scrap lumber from some chairs that fell apart. At first I tried to measure it and everything, and I found that it was just like more frustrating than it was worth. So I just tried to cut some pieces at an angle and get a triangle shape for my Christmas trees. So I just wanted to show you that real quick, and let's get on with the projects. Flower garland tiered tray tree. I call it tiered tray tree because of its size, but you could put it like on your end table or under a lamp or something. So I'm using some mini flowers and that lace I got at Temu, and then I have some Dollar Tree jute twine and that piece of green wood that I cut off of, I think it was the arm of a chair. But the back of it had some serious, I don't know, moss growth or lichen. And I thought it would sand off, but it didn't come off really well, so I decided to just paint it. I really like the original green color, so that will be the front of the tree. And then this painted side will be the black. And I figured by painting it, I just kind of seal in all the stuff there. And finishing up that, and it took a little bit more paint than I thought, but we got it done. Okay, so I thought it would look nice to put this lace on the bottom of the tree, and then I just kind of had to put it on an angle on the back, but I was able to get both sides to meet in the middle, so it does look okay if you were to see it on the back if it was on tier tray. Then I'm just grabbing the jute twine, and originally I just wanted a few strands to make it look like a garland, but it kind of looked too empty, so I decided to do, you know, a little bit more wrapping, and I did have to hot glue it in a couple of spots because it was coming loose. And I just put some hot glue like on the side and on the back. And now I'm coming in with the little mini flowers, and I'm just trying to decide which part of the jute I want for the garland. And then I trim the backs of the flowers off so they'll sit flatter. And I'm just following one of the jute lines, and I'll do that a couple more times, trying to make it look like a flower garland. Now, you'll find the style of these crafts vary from one project to the next. I think maybe this one could be called shabby chic, maybe. I really like the lace and the flowers together. And while you may not traditionally see that on a Christmas tree, I kind of wanted to, you know, show you that scrap lumber can be anything you really want it to be. And the nice thing about these flowers is they have some nice different colors. So I tried to make them different, you know, no one color was touching the same color. And this little tree probably cost less than $1 to make, so something pretty for pennies. I'll give you a better look at it during the final reveal. Okay, jumping in with a little bit more information about this playlist. It's called the 5 Under $5 because you have to make 5 projects, and each project has to cost less than $5 to make. This month's theme is Christmas Decor, and you can catch this challenge every month on the 5th at 5 p.m. Our hosts are Missy from Crafty Cove DIY, Emily from Farm Charm Chic, and Ellie from DIY House to Home. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Blue Tree Duo. So this is actually going to be a trio, but I kind of wanted to use the taller triangle there, so we turned it into a duo. Let's see, the scrapwood came from my yard. The snowflake came from, goodness, a year ago. I think I got something off Amazon. So again, it's like pennies for this project. I'm gluing the middle of the triangle for some reason. Well, I wanted to do a lace-up tree, which you're going to see in a little bit. But I cut a couple of them in the middle, so I decided to glue this one back up. And then the little snowflake is going to go on the little tree on the front, like so. And I know there's screw holes there, but I just kind of like that you can tell it had a past life. Now this is kind of funny. I'm gluing the small tree to the big tree. At least I thought I was. And the fun thing about working with scrap lumber or scrap wood is that it's warped and there's divots and parts are falling off and all that. So I thought that the small tree was glued to the back tree, and when I tried to wrap it and fix it up and glue the jute, this is what happened. So I'm like, okay, so I took my hot glue and I'm out of frame there, but I just did a line of hot glue on the very, very edge and put it down, and that worked, and then it held it until the wood glue got set. This is some jute that I got at Dollar Tree last year. I like the tan and white. They also had tan and red and tan and blue, which I have, but this one I think looks good with the white. It's giving it that rustic vibe that I was going for. Now this one, we're talking about styles. I think I'll go for rustic. Better look at the final reveal. Pine cone mini tree. Okay, so this is a quick one. I'm not really going to do a how-to, but I'm using this pine cone that's been sitting on my table for like a year. My daughter found it on a hike. I wanted red berries, didn't have any, so I painted some white ones. And I did paint parts of the tree green, and the green and red together, I just didn't like it. It was just too blah, too traditional. So I end up making it look snowy after getting everything glued together here. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what it will look like during the final reveal. Lace up tiered tray tree. So I cut out a triangle and split it in the middle. And then we're going to drill some holes for the rope, and we're going to lace it together. And it helps if you put your drill bit in that it doesn't fall out. So let's keep going here. And you got to be careful. My wood is kind of warped and, uneven, and the drill a couple times did jump from the spot where I originally placed it. So you just want to be aware of that, and if you notice it jumps, you can stop before you finish the hole. So this is kind of done organically and just drilled holes till I didn't have any more room. And then I cut a length of this twine. Again, pennies. Did I say pennies? It cost pennies to make this. And I just kind of did it kind of like a shoe. I started in the back and pulled them to the front. And then, crisscross them. And I really wanted to make something like this for a while. I've seen the pumpkins laced up. So I decided to try it on a tree. And I think the next time I'll do it a bigger tree and maybe better wood. But I guess this was good practice. So just sort of messing around with the rope, making sure it's on the side that I like. I'm just going to tie a simple shoestring bow. I didn't add anything else to it. Just a little lace-up tree, and then you want to leave the rope a little bit loose because you want to kind of fold it in on itself so it will sit up. Trim your jute. And that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for the pizza pan wall hanging. Coming right up. I just sanded the back because I had some marker that I marked it when I was cutting it. And so fix that up and it's good to go, and you will get a better look at it during the final reveal. Okay, this is a peach pan vintage calendar tree wall hanging. I know the title of the projects in this video are a mouthful, but I just didn't know what to call it. So we have pizza pan, we have a 2024 calendar, and some Mod Podge, rubbing alcohol, and then some embellishments that I don't show you right away. So you see it's the Farmer's Market calendar, and I'm using the December image. So I'm just going to flip through here real quick and show you some of the other images. I didn't get all the 2024 calendars this year. They didn't have the one with the cow on the front. But I'm pretty happy with what I got. So there's the image we're going to use. And I wanted to see the rope next to the image, and I decided on the brown one because the image is kind of, it was made to look rustic with the brown on the corners there like that. So before we do anything with the pizza pan, we clean it with some rubbing alcohol so that everything sticks the way it should. And I'm just going to paint it some Rust-Oleum blue and white chalk paint. And I do the edges first because I like when they're painted by themselves, like not around, but like back and forth all the way around. It takes a little bit longer, but I like how it looks. And then I'm just going to do a quick single coat in the middle because it's not going to be seen, but I want some white behind the image because it is a little bit see-through. So I did wait for that paint to dry before I put on the Mod Podge. And since we're going to be using the iron method, I do like to make sure it's a decent coat. And once I was happy with the coverage, I walked away for a while and let it dry. Now we're back. And I'm just trying to figure out where exactly I want the image to be because I like to leave a little bit of room up top. And the way the truck was, I thought it would look good if I put it right down on the bottom there. And I just used the end of a paintbrush to mark the image with the crease. And then I cut right on the crease. Now here's the brown. Here's the brown rope, and I'm just doing a dry fit, making sure I like how it looks. I also pulled some pieces off of a piece of decor that I got from Michael's last year. It was like 90% off. So like for $2.49, I think it was, I got like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 pieces like this. So $1.25 for the pizza pan. What, like, I can't even do the math, but it's not very much. Maybe $2.50, $3 to make. So it's probably the most expensive one, but oh gosh, I love how it turned out. I took my 2 favorite pieces of greenery there and tied some twine to make a swag. Then here I am with my Hippo heat press, just going over all parts of the image. And there were a few bubbles, but I didn't actually realize until the end because I just love how it looks flat on the pizza pan like that. I didn't even notice there was a few imperfections. And maybe it's because of the distressing, which I'm doing right now, with some burnt umber acrylic paint and a baby wipe. I'm just going to round it first. I'm just trying to match up the distressing that's already on the image, sort of following the lines, kind of like the shiplap looking lines and the little distressed lumber looking lines. There's my awareness ribbon shape, and then I scrunch it in the middle. I got this ribbon from Temu. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 for like a couple dollars. So again, pennies. This bow costs pennies. The rope costs pennies. Oh, and that's my brand new glue gun. My glue gun died. That's a Novo Go-Go or something like that. I can put it down below. I like it. The other one was fine, but the cord got yanked out of it too many times and it stopped working. But I'm using it here and I'm liking how it works. And I do this part slow because I hate how it looks to have the rope border all janky and not looking round. So I take my time to press it onto the edge. And that's why I like to use the peach pan this way instead of upside down, because it's easier to do that. There's my bow. I wrap the middle with the twine. And then I also use some twine to attach it to the swag. My tails are a little bit longer than I wanted, but I just kind of mess with them and pull them to the side because I still want to see the word and better look at the final reveal.